Welcome back.
Welcome. Oh, that was very melodic.
What?
When I said, welcome.
What does melodic mean?
I just had like a nice melody to it.
Oh, melody.
It like flowed well.
Is that a word?
It is.
Okay.
I believe so.
Everybody, welcome back. It's the Kate and Shaba show, aka Two Talking Fools. We are at a different location today, aren't we, Shabs?
We are at the best location.
We're at the table at the end at Cumberland Farms.
Cumbies.
It was actually, and I got an Italian sausage on a roll with salsa, fresh salsa, and 2 bags of Farmhouse kettle cooked chips, buy one, get one free. And I got a coffee for like $5 and change. What did you get?
Buffalo chicken egg roll, bus, and Gatorade. And it was everything.
I'm here for it. So we decided to change up locations, because I think those bugs that were like attacking us was too much. It was too much.
It really was.
I think we should say thank you to all our fans. I'm a little surprised and I'm a little taken back. This is not my first podcast. This is now my second podcast that I've done.
She's a pro.
But I don't think I've seen this many downloads so quickly.
Yeah, thank you guys. That is absolutely amazing. We really do appreciate the love. Comment, give us feedback. We want to hear it. We want to hear how we can improve.
It's funny that you say that because
dun, dun, dun.
I don't know where people are actually supposed to comment. So I think I told you this before, but with my last podcast, I had somebody doing it for me. They were awesome at it. And then we started this show and then I took it over because you can barely get notes down in your notepad of your...
No, I'm just not good with technology. I'm not. Honest to God, I'm really not.
That's a fact.
That's facts. I'm old school. Like I am okay with a, pad and a pen. I like the convenience of technology, but I'm telling you, I was meant to be born in a different era. I feel like I'm supposed to be a boomer, honestly. I don't know.
So what is the age of a boomer?
I don't know. Isn't it like 50 to 60s?
Those were good years. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm 40.
I'm assuming. I'd have to look it up.
You're still in your 30s.
I am.
I loved the 90s. But I bet you every generation says that. Like, I loved whatever. Yeah. But I think the 90s were just awesome.
It was everything. It was cool.
It was a great time.
People were happy.
People were happy.
They were.
The serious look on your face when you said that. They were.
They were.
They were. So we've gotten a little feedback. Some people have reached out. Some people are like, we've watched every episode. I love that.
I'm here for it. And I like somebody said to add music and you did a fabulous job.
Yeah,
Kate.
That was my for season 1. I'm satisfied with it. Maybe season 2, our opener and closer will get a little better.
Right. I think it's a great job to start, though. Honestly, I really do.
People are here for the content.
Yeah, they are.
They're here for the content.
They are.
I was in the Big Y earlier, and I was wondering if I could start the first episode of the night with this.
Okay.
And you and I both feel the same way. I think somebody should make an app. Maybe it's me. Okay.
Okay.
And this is why everybody's going to want to sign up for this app. So what this app does is when you get to Big Y and you're ready to go in the store, you sign in. So that way everybody gets notified and everybody can see your location. That way you can dodge the people that you want to dodge in the store. Like it's almost like a radar. So it's like, okay, I see this one, aisle 3. I just... I want to be in and out. Let me check on the radar. Oh my gosh, she's in 7. Okay, I can go down 5.
Yeah, but I feel like if people had your location and knew you were at Big Y, you have some people that may end up showing up.
I've had, okay.
I have to go incognito sometimes. I love people, but on days where I just don't want to people, I'm all peopled out. I've said that way too many times, but you understand what I'm saying. I have to wear a hat and stuff. I'm just trying to get in and out, and I say, please just let me get in and out. I'm just trying to grab some bread and eggs really quick.
I mean, to be fair, there's always a couple people that I have, a handful of people that I would never dodge.
No, I'm not saying intentionally, but there's some days, you might have a long day at work or whatever the case is, you just want to get in and out. You just don't want to talk to people. I'm not saying all the time. Trust me, I can talk my butt off to just about anybody, but there's some days where you just kind of tapped out.
You know what I don't want people to do? I don't want people to come up to me. And if you are listening and you've seen me in the store, if you want, we can even make eye contact. We can even make eye contact and still understand that we love each other, but we just don't want to talk.
Maybe,
like we could even laugh about it. I don't care.
or maybe like a signal, like you do a head nod.
You do a head nod,
Like
and the head nod
yeah.
means, hey, I see you. I love you. How are you? But
much respect.
I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
I would like to adopt the head nod. I think the head nod is, I was going to say middle finger. That's obviously not the answer, but in kind of a kind way, like you smile and give them the middle finger. Don't do that.
Oh my goodness.
But I think the head nod is lovely.
I think the head nod is lovely. It is. In and out real quick.
I think it's like why people are like, oh, I'm so lonely. A lot of people say they don't, I don't know many people that have like a ton of, yes, there's some people that have a ton of friends.
I was going to say, I ain't one of them.
And then I'm thinking to myself, I would much rather sit at home on the couch and watch your Facebook updates and TikToks what is going on?
I don't know, buddy. I was thinking the same thing.
The whole world's lonely because all we want to do is sit on our couch and be on our phones.
No, I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know if it's an age thing or what it is. I do find myself to be more of a homebody. I have to prepare myself to do things. And trust me, I have a great time. I'll go to a concert. I'll go to a festival, carnival. I'll do that stuff, right? But like for me, it's moderation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So here's the thing. And tell me if you feel this way.
Why are you laughing? You're making me nervous.
No. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous.
Okay.
I have to know. I have to know and be honest. The weekend comes. Okay.
Yes.
You have plans on the weekend. We'll say Saturday.
When did I make the plans?
I don't know. It was pre-planned. We'll say a week prior. We'll say a week prior.
Sure.
So Saturday comes. And you have plans to go to, we'll say some kind of festival. I don't know, any kind of festival, okay? And you go to that festival, you're out all day. You get home, you're tired, whatever.
Coachella.
Oh, Coachella. Okay, I'm here for Coachella.
I want to go to Electric Forest.
I've never heard of that, but if it's music,
it's absolutely unbelievable.
I'm so down.
You got to like house music though, but keep going. We'll talk about that, yeah.
So, you go to this festival and then Sunday comes. What do you do on Sunday? Honestly, what do you do?
I chill.
Right. I go to church and then I go home and I chill. That's all I do. I can't do
so you did that, but do you always do a carnival every Saturday?
No, I'm just saying in general, if you make plans on the weekends, right? I cannot do stuff like Saturday and Sunday all day. I will be absolutely wiped out.
Oh, you got to pick one day.
Right. Okay. That makes me
feel better.
You got to
pick one day.
And, makes me feel better.
And if we make plans on a Monday, all right, if we make plans on a Monday, and those plans are for Saturday, come Friday,
double check.
I can promise you that there's a 65% chance at any given time that I'm thinking of a reason of how to get out of it.
Really?
And okay, yes, absolutely. Now, that is absolutely no disrespect towards anybody in my life, friend, relative.
Yeah.
I absolutely love you guys to death. But again, it's if I'm not in the mood, I'm not in the mood. And I think after a long week, sometimes it's just hard to even think about. You just kind of want to go at your own pace.
No, I hear you. But I will tell you, if we made plans on Monday for Friday and I go and I do something Friday, do not expect me Friday and Saturday and Sunday. I'm not doing it. I'll give you Friday and maybe half a day during the weekends. Other than that, I got stuff to do. I got to do laundry and I got to read up.
You got to make tacos?
Emails. Don't make tacos, yeah.
One time Shaba? No, I'm just joking.
I'm still upset about that, man.
Dude, it took you 4 months to make those tacos.
The meat was so frozen, I had to throw it out. I hate wasting food. I'm like, man.
Especially now.
Right.
When beef is like $14.99 a pound.
It is so expensive. Do you know, I mix it up. I'll go to like Aldi's and I'll go to Walmart and still one grocery trip could be like $350.
I believe it.
$350. And you know how long that lasts?
It doesn't last long these
Right.
days.
Right. $350 and it'll last like 2 weeks. That's crazy.
I saw some crazy prices recently at the stores and I'm like, what in the actual hell is this? And then sometimes you get those good deals, but like everything is so friggin' expensive.
It is.
So if y'all are struggling, you're not the only one. Like you can see that people are trying to figure out how the hell they're going to budget because shit is expensive. And you have to go to an Aldi's, you have to go to a Walmart if you really want, if to save.
Right. I read somewhere that in Connecticut, you, as a single person, you have to be making, I think it was like something like $75,000 to be able to get by. That's as a single person. That's not accounting for any dependents or spouse or anything like that. I'm like, do you know how many people are totally screwed with prices going up? How many people actually are making $75,000, right? And then you factor if they have a family, right? Then that's even more mouths to feed, higher cost of bills associated with that. It's insane how people survive these days. It really is.
You have to be extremely
You
resourceful.
have to, and you have to be mindful of money and budget. And even if you budget, sometimes it's tough.
Okay. And it's like, and then people say, well, move out of Connecticut. Well, to relocate is expensive as well.
Right.
And it's like, what are you going to do? Upheave your family and move somewhere totally where you don't know, all because there's a lot of things that go into that as to like why we stay here. Maybe you own a business or you have friends, you have family, like nobody's moving away from friends and family, I don't see, but I don't know, it's almost getting to the point where people are going to have to. I mean, the prices here are absolutely crazy.
They are crazy. And I think that, I know growing up, at least, you moved down south. The cost of living down south was always less expensive. I heard, and I have
But
family
you also
down
make
south.
less, correct?
You make less down south, right? And
So
I
it kind of evens out.
yeah, my uncle moved to Florida with my cousin. They both had lived in Florida for a little bit. He came back up. He said it's literally the same thing. The cost of living on average is the same exact thing as just living in Connecticut. So he's back in Connecticut, or not in Connecticut, in Boston, but yeah, they moved back up after she graduated school.
Yeah,
It's
it's
expensive,
crazy
buddy.
times, crazy
It's crazy.
times. You
Yeah.
really do have to figure out what your routine is and what works for you. And I just say, hey, Google, meals that are like $15 or
Mhm.
less or, stuff like that. Luckily, there's so much at our fingertips these days. But yeah, things are crazy. I mean, when you're talking about spending $6 on a bag of potato chips, get the hell out of here. I don't care who you are. You're like, what?
So I went to go
Come on.
I went to go see fireworks the other day with some coworkers, and there were a couple ice cream trucks. And a couple of them had bought ice cream, and you should see the size of this stuff for $3.
Small.
Oh my goodness, it was so small. Again, everything is expensive.
Everything is expensive.
Yeah.
I did something. I actually downloaded oh, this is so bad, but whatever. I downloaded the McDonald's app.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever taken advantage of it because you roll up and they're like, do you have a number? And I'm like, number? I'm like, can I just scan it like Duncan? But dude, I'm telling you, now I know what people are going to say. They're going to say, Kate, you shouldn't be eating high processed food. But when you're on the go
Yeah.
and it's like 8:00, like, I'm sorry, maybe I should have pre-cooked, but I didn't.
Listen, who cares? Their chicken nuggets are amazing. They're absolutely awesome. I like the chicken nuggets there. I know that they're bad. I did see a video when I was in college about, McDonald's food, but we won't talk about that. But I still like the chicken nuggets.
A junior Mac, what do you call that? A junior,
Oh, I don't even know.
it's not a junior cheeseburger deluxe, that's Wendy's, but it's not a Whopper because that's Burger King, but then Big Y is the Mac. I don't get a Big Mac. I get a quarter pounder. I get a quarter pounder deluxe with lettuce, tomato, onion, cheese, tomato. Did I say tomato?
Yeah.
All the sauces and this most delicious burger. And I'm just like, hey, whatever. I didn't have to cook it. I'm sorry. That's how I feel.
And you're okay. It's okay to feel that way.
Thank you very much for validating
It
that.
is. It's okay to feel that way, bud. The apps, though, about the apps. I totally agree with you about the apps because I did not until Alex and her friends were like, hey, why didn't you download the app? I said, what app are you guys talking about? Same thing happened. They said, are you using the app today or what's your number or whatever it was? I
Right.
had no idea what they were talking
And
about.
we just didn't want to be bothered by it, but we could have been we could have been saving literally all this money. All those meals, all those times we've gone through where the price was like $42 or $56 or because you know how it is when you've got a whole carload of children
You
or
have a
whatnot.
carload of kids, or you're coming back from a practice or a game and there's multiple kids and everybody wants their nuggets, of course. I mean, it adds
Like
up.
it adds up.
It adds up.
It's crazy. It's
Mm.
crazy. But yeah. So, anyways, we've got a great bunch of next episodes. I'm not going to say which episode's going to go where because we're always going to listen to it first. And then we post it. So I'm not going to say, oh, now we're going on to episode whatever from here on out.
True.
But we have some amazing topics. One thing I'll say is you can like us on Instagram. We'd love to see you there. We'll eventually get on more spots, but for now it's Instagram.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're going to dive into some of these. Shaba needs to wake the hell up.
I'm tired.
To be fair, you said you had plenty of energy for this, and it's like 97 degrees out.
I know.
So, all right. So, Shabs, what do you say? I'll see you in the next one.
See ya.